Jerry Lane, a former UN employee, along with his wife Karen and their two daughters, Rachel and Constance, enjoy a pleasant family breakfast without any mention of formulas or any delay. Jerry reveals to Constance that he has resigned from his job to spend more time with the family. While watching the news on television, they learn about unrest and the possibility of martial law being implemented. Later, they get stuck in heavy traffic in Philadelphia when a large group of zombies suddenly attacks the city. These zombies are incredibly fast and aggressively attack people, causing those bitten to turn into zombies rapidly. During the chaotic escape from the city, the Lanes are involved in a car accident, and Jerry notices that it takes only 12 seconds for a bitten person to transform into a zombie. Amidst the spreading chaos, the Lanes make a daring escape from the city in a stolen RV. They eventually stop near Newark, New Jersey, at a large food store where Karen scrounges for whatever food she can find, while Jerry searches for medication for Rachel, who is suffering from a violent asthma attack triggered by the traumatic events they just endured. While at the store, Karen is attacked by looters, prompting Jerry to intervene and shoot one of them, ultimately freeing his wife. At one point, a police officer appears to be on the verge of arresting Jerry for holding a rifle over his head, but it turns out that the officer is merely looking for supplies for himself. After escaping the store, the family seek refuge in an apartment complex in Newark. There, they receive a call from Deputy Secretary General Thierry Umutoni, an old friend of Jerry's, who informs them that he is sending a helicopter to rescue them. However, they are told that they will have to wait until the next morning for the helicopter to arrive. During their stay at the complex, the Lanes share a small apartment with a Latino family, and one of the children named Thomas is able to speak English and serves as a translator for them. Despite Jerry's belief that their best chance of survival is to keep moving, he is unable to persuade Thomas' family to accompany them on their journey. The following morning, the Lanes make their way through the mostly deserted tenement in search of the roof, but they are detected by the undead and forced to flee to the rooftop. Along the way, they come across Thomas, and during the chaotic escape, Jerry is attacked by several zombies and gets covered in their blood. Once they reach the rooftop, Jerry stands on the edge, prepared to jump off if the blood on his face causes him to turn into a zombie. Fortunately, he remains human, and the family fights off another horde of zombies before finally boarding the helicopter that arrives to rescue them. The chopper takes the Lanes to a U.S. Navy aircraft carrier located off the coast of New York City, where they are joined by other refugees. On board the ship, a team of scientists and military personnel are analyzing the global outbreak. Thierry is there to greet them and provides them with bunks. Dr. Andrew Fassbach, a virologist, asserts that the outbreak is caused by a virus, and that finding its source is critical to developing a vaccine. Due to his experience as a former UN investigator, Jerry is recruited to assist Fassbach in locating the origin of the outbreak. Although initially hesitant, Jerry agrees to help on the condition that his family is guaranteed safety. He is then sent to Camp Humphreys, a military base located in South Korea, where an email was received about 11 days earlier, indicating that the outbreak may have originated there. Shortly after arriving at the military base, Jerry's team is ambushed by zombies. Fassbach, who is cowardly and scared, accidentally shoots himself while slipping on the C-130 plane's ramp, alerting the zombies in the vicinity and forcing Jerry and his team to flee. They are eventually rescued by the base's surviving personnel, who reveal that the zombies are attracted to noise. Captain Speak, the leader of the soldiers at the base, informs Jerry that a Korean soldier conducting research in the field was attacked and turned into a zombie. However, his transformation took longer than usual, and he later attacked the base's doctor, resulting in both of their deaths. Speak also reveals that one of his men was able to stand among the infected without being attacked. When Jerry inquires about the soldier's limp, the soldier admits to feeling unwell lately. Jerry has a conversation with Hoffner, a former CIA agent who had been arrested for selling arms to North Korea. Hoffner shares a disturbing story with Jerry about how the North Korean government managed to control the outbreak in their country. They reportedly pulled out the teeth of all citizens within a 24-hour time frame, effectively preventing them from infecting each other through bites. Hoffner advises Jerry to head to Jerusalem, where the Israeli Mossad had created a secure area before the outbreak was publicly announced, suggesting that Israel may have had prior knowledge of the impending crisis. To refuel the C-130 and ensure Jerry's departure, Speaks men ride bicycles in order to avoid attracting the attention of the undead. During this operation, Jerry's satellite phone rings and attracts the zombies. Despite this, the C-130 is successfully refueled and Jerry, along with the pilot, manages to escape. Upon arriving in Jerusalem, Jerry meets with Mossad leader Jurgen Wormbrunn. Wormbrunn tells him that the Mossad had intercepted communications from an army general in India, who spoke of fighting the Rakshasa, or dead spirits, months before the outbreak. Wormbrunn also explains how Jerusalem Center was walled in with a formidable wall of at least 50 feet high to quarantine refugees, including non-Jews and Muslims. As Jerry speaks with Wormbrunn, a group of Muslim refugees begins to joyously sing at finding a safe zone. The singing attracts the zombies outside, causing them to climb the wall and enter the city. While fleeing, Jerry notices an old man and an emaciated boy are ignored by the zombies. Segan, Jerry's Israeli soldier escort, is bitten by a zombie, and Jerry amputates her hand to prevent the spread of infection. After counting to 12, he is sure she won't turn. Jerry and Segan escape to the airport, where they board a Belarus Airways airliner after Jerry's pilot panics and flies away. Jerry contacts Thierry to locate the nearest lab of the World Health Organization, WHO, or the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. They are redirected to a WHO research facility in Cardiff, Wales during their journey. While on board, a zombie stowaway is accidentally released from the cargo hold and attacks a flight attendant, causing a chain reaction of infection among the passengers. The plane crashes near Cardiff after Jerry detonates a grenade to kill the zombies. Surviving the crash, Jerry and Segan, impaled by metal, make their way to Cardiff and locate the WHO facility. With no means of communication, the US Navy assumes Jerry is dead and relocates his family to Nova Scotia. Jerry's arrival at the facility results in him passing out at the gate. 3 days later, he wakes up, restrained to a gurney, his wound now treated and bandaged. He manages to convince the staff of his purpose and they call his wife's satellite phone to verify his claims. Thierry answers the phone and tells Jerry that his family has been relocated to a land-based facility since they were deemed non-essential personnel. Although Jerry is upset, Thierry's verification of his identity satisfies the skeptical WHO staff. Jerry puts forward a theory to the skeptical scientists that the zombies seem to ignore people who are seriously injured or terminally ill, citing examples of an old man and a sickly boy in Jerusalem, a homeless person in Newark, and a soldier with a limp. He proposes injecting himself with a terminal but curable pathogen to test his theory, but they are interrupted when zombies overrun the wing of the building where the pathogens are stored. Despite the danger, Jerry decides to retrieve a pathogen from the vault, and Segan and a WHO doctor join him for support. They battle through the zombies to reach the pathogen vault, where Jerry finally succeeds in obtaining the pathogen. As Jerry prepares to leave the pathogen vault with a small box of vials, he suddenly comes face to face with an undead doctor. With no weapon to defend himself, he decides to test his theory by injecting himself with a random vial from the box. He quickly writes a note saying "Tell my family I love them" and injects himself before opening the door to the vault. As he steps outside, he walks past the zombies without being attacked or even noticed by them, seemingly unaffected by the zombie virus. The scientists watching on camera are amazed at Jerry's apparent immunity to the virus, and hope is restored that a cure or vaccine may be possible. Upon successfully escaping the zombie-infested WHO facility, everyone celebrates Jerry's theory's success and his survival. The doctors are able to cure him of the pathogen, and he is elated to reunite with his family. They are all safely located in a secure area in Freeport, Nova Scotia. After the successful development of a vaccine using deadly pathogens that can mask troops from the infected, the pathogen is distributed worldwide through airdrops. With the new weapon in hand, human forces launch offensives against the zombies, renewing hope for humanity. Russia stands out for its effective use of both military and civilian forces in curbing the pandemic. Jerry reflects, "This is just the beginning. We still have a long way to go." Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the content, do not forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications to stay up to date with all our latest videos.